everyone, I am back, and what am I doing? I thought I would show you some of my varnished artwork that I've recently varnished, because yay, I bought some varnish, and that's always a good thing. You guys saw me paint part of that, so you guys get to see the rest of it. Here's some other things that I have finished. I think you saw one of the background, that as a background somewhere in one of the videos. And so I don't know if you've seen any of these yet, because sometimes I forget. And anyway, that's just life. I really like this one. I've just been kind of playing with stuff, but I finished varnishing these. So if you saw them before, you saw them unvarnished. And so when I'm varnishing them, sometimes I'm doing like weird stuff. Like this is a weird one. So the background is very matte, but then I've decided to highlight parts of it by making it glossy. So just showing you. These were just artworks that I've done. This one also is a matte, and then the flowers are glossy. Do you see that? How it kind of, you know. Anyway, I was varnishing a bunch of stuff, and some of it I know for a fact I showed you guys, so I was not at all concerned about those. So, but I also bought this varnish, and so that is like a more expensive varnish, and it is an oil and acrylic varnish. And you might be thinking, but you always just paint in acrylic, so why would you need oil paint? Well, if you remember, a while back, I did do an oil paint project, and I even made my own oil paints. And I did this like thing where I did like ASMR oil paint making. I have no idea why I did that, but I have a whole playlist if you want to listen to scrapes on glass. I think it's annoying, but other people love ASMR. So I thought I would give it a try. And yeah. So what I did is I did shake this up, this varnish. I'm going to put it in this little thing because I think this might be perfect for what I'm doing. And that way, when I'm done, I can use that little tip there to pour it back in the bottle. Because again, this is way more expensive varnish than I'm normally using. Because normally what I use is the Liquitex acrylic gloss matte, and I had some of the high gloss too. It's look, when I was telling y'all I am out of varnish, I was not lying. Look at that. Look at that. That's how much I had left. Very little. Very little. Just not enough to do a full painting. So if I need to pour more in, I can. I did shake this up, so, and then let it wait. That's great. My vocabulary is stunning today. I let it, ooh, what is that? I did wipe these down, but there is like a little thing here, and I don't know what that is. So I'm going to take my little X-Acto knife and scratch it off. I don't know what that is. Remember, this is like acrylic and gesso, and yeah, it's fine. Okay, there. I don't know. It probably will be fine. I don't know what I'm doing. Complaining about little spots. I did wipe these all off. to make sure I got all of the dust off them. I did put them in my garage to age, so you can see I can touch the paint and it's not coming off on my fingers. I might have paint on my fingers. I did wash my hands before I started filming, but you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna go around and do the sides first. I have no idea how this varnish is gonna go, and I was very excited to be able to finish these because they have been sitting in my garage, just drying out for months, and I have been so nervous that something was going to touch them or hurt them. My garage is not open very often. It is a storage place as opposed to a where my car goes place, which, yeah, so maybe someday I'll tackle that. Ooh. Trying to make sure. Ooh, I think I used a little too much on that. And again. Ooh, yeah, that's... I don't know if you're seeing it, but I am seeing it pull out because it is... I am not used to a varnish that is this liquid. This is very liquid. However, I'm very happy a product like this exists because I did do a acrylic and gesso to make the stone part, and then I used oil paint to do the stencil because this is my caveman painting, and I really wanted to use like natural pigments and natural oils, so it's not just like kind of like bringing cave painting, you know, look. It's actually made out of stuff that somebody in the past would have had access to. It is made with flaxseed oil and natural pigments. So I feel like this isn't just looking like a caveman painting. It like literally could have been made by a caveman, as far as like, you know, on an actual cave wall. Not on a canvas, not on wood, not, you know, whatever. But, and not the background, but the front part. See, I was trying to do my caveman thing. I am putting this aside. If you're wondering where I put paintings, if they're real paintings, I put them on my washer and dryer until they are movable. So, again, I am high class fancy over here. I will just say that, yes, I kind of complain about being stuck in the laundry room, but I am very grateful that my house has a laundry room that is big because it's an old house, and it's not just like a little laundry room closet. So my laundry room actually is big enough that the area I am working in would fit a twin size bed. So that is my craft area. Literally the square footage of a twin size bed. With cabinets above it, you know. So I have a big, I don't know, I mean, 6-foot table, maybe? I don't know how big it is. Maybe it's a 7-foot table. It's pretty darn big, and it's pretty darn wide. And that is what I paint on. And you might notice I don't use an easel. And that's simply because I'm completely self-taught and did not learn to paint on an easel. Because I literally learned to paint in front of y'all. Not that I wasn't already crafty, but I mean, you know. This whole channel has just been me teaching myself to paint. And the more I paint, the more I enjoy it. And the more I'm like, why did I never do this before? So if you guys ever have a tip for me, a criticism for me, I will take it constructively. Like I'm like grateful for that. So this is just boring stuff, isn't it? Okay. I am gonna finish up painting this one, and this one with varnish. I might do a second coat later. I don't know if I'm supposed to or not with this varnish. And obviously it depends on how the things turn out. And this was a lot faster than my normal, because I can say for a fact, normally, what I do is this. I varnish the whole entire thing, right? With like matte. I let it dry 24 hours. Then I come in with shiny and I hand paint the flowers again with glossy. And that's 2 coats. So I then hang it up again, let it wait 24 hours, and do a second coat, so that it is actually all really nice and glossy. And so this, the flowers or whatever I'm painting, pops more than the background. Normally it's flowers because I am like the flower person. I like painting flowers. I don't like painting people. Matter of fact, I don't even like sketching people. It really makes me feel very uncomfortable. I don't know. Like, I feel like animals and humans, they all have like a soul. And even objects kind of have a soul. And I don't know. Y'all tell me. Like, that's just weird, right? Like, trying to convey not just what they physically look like, but like every person that you look at, like you never just see them. You see their personality, you see their innerness. And I can't do the innerness without feeling like I'm stealing their innerness. And flowers, I'm like, flowers are going to die soon. So it's like, okay. And a lot of my paintings are abstract. So like, that's okay, because they were never real in the first place. So I'm not painting something real and taking from it. I'm instead taking from myself and making it real. And I'm fine with taking from myself and making it real. But I am not okay with taking from other people and making it fake. That's really a strange thing to say. Anyway, now that you have listened to my ramblings, I will see you later. Bye-bye.